our deputy head boy, to welcome the gathering.
Pleasant evening to one and all gathered here. I am Megavarshan, the deputy head boy, here for the welcome address. We are honored to see like your presence is here. I take this wonderful opportunity to stand before you all on behalf of the entire team of TVMD to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Chandrabanu, the Chief Operating Officer of the Vijay Group of Institutions. I welcome you, sir. Next, I extend my very heartfelt welcome to our management, our principal, Mr. Eddie John, our sports principal, Mr. John Brito, our group principals, and the vice principals of the entire Vijay Vidyalaya group of institutions. A very warm welcome to the parents and the families who are here to support their children. And definitely, I'm a witness to the effort put in by our teachers as well as our AO with his non-teaching staff team who guided to get all the things ready for this event. In today's celebration, our main heroes are our students. I take great honor to welcome all the participants from all the 5 schools. It makes us more excited to see what's going ahead. And yes, without further delay, let's unfold the competition now and let's get our hands ready to clap for all of them. Welcome all, have a great evening.
It is a great pleasure in welcoming all of you this evening, for which I call my classmate Megavarshan, our deputy head boy, to welcome the gathering.
Good evening. Yes. So you are not very serious. Actually, we have come here to enjoy and have a pleasant evening. But you are not so serious. We have just come here to have some fun. Okay. So please relax first. And the students who have come from the other campuses, please feel at home. It's our school, one of our schools. That's all. Only the place differs. The spirit is the same. Okay. Good. So on a day like this, it's really a great pleasure to introduce the quiz master to you. It's a long-awaited dream coming true on this day. This is a brainchild of our director, that we should conduct a sports quiz for the students, not specifically to test the knowledge or the memory power of the students. No, absolutely. The main purpose of conducting this quiz program is to create an awareness on sports and to keep oneself fit, physically fit. Once the physique is fit, the mental stability also is there, and thinking goes correct. Once thinking goes correct, your words are correct, your actions are correct, your character is correct. Okay, so the base is the thinking, the thought process. The same thing is reiterated in the Tirukural. புறந்தூய்மை நீரா நமையும் அறந்தூய்மை வாய்மையால் காணப்படும். இந்த வாய்மைன்றது சிந்தனையிலிருந்து வர்றது தான். Okay, so good. So I am happy to introduce our quiz master, Mr. Chris Edward. Before I call him here, I would like to say something about him, which all of us should know, because any X or Y cannot come and conduct a quiz here, shoot the questions to the students. Only a fitting person can do that. Okay, so in what way he is fit to be the quiz master? First of all, he is a sports lover. Secondly, he himself is a sportsman. Then, he is a football player and he is a basketball player. And moreover, he is also an athlete, a sprinter in 400 and 800 meters. He has got enormous amount of knowledge on sports, particularly about football and Formula 1 car race. You ask any doubt, he will be there as a ready reckoner to give you an answer. Okay. Then, his total education background was from Dubai, and he is a graduate in arts, fine arts. Now he is settled in Namakkal, training the aspirants who want to pursue their studies abroad or to go to make their livelihood abroad, to train themselves in IFLTS exams. Okay, so some of you may land up in Namakkal in this institute in future unknowingly, but now I have revealed his profession, so it may be a hint for you. So such a fitting person has come to ask the questions to you. That's why I have chosen him to be the quiz master. So I will be very happy that you feel at home, and please give a thunderous round of applause to him. Thank you. So I will come again to speak and thank everyone. So now I hand over the session to Mr. Chris Edward.
request Madhumita to introduce the participants of TVMD school.
Greetings to one and all present here. Let us start with the junior level category. Here comes Ganesh of grade 8. He is a good cricketer and he has won the Whizz competition conducted last year. He is learning Silambam currently. The next participant in junior level category is Loga Aishwarya from grade 6.
So we will be able to start round one. I hope the people with the scoreboards are ready. We will first have the first question to Sri Vijay Dharmapuri. So question number one of round one. When was the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympic Games conducted? There are four options you will have on the screen. A, was it July the 22nd? Was it July the 23rd, July the 24th, or July the 25th? Your time to answer is 10 seconds.
After each round, the tallies of the scores will be displayed on the board, as you can see there, and I'll be reading out who's leading and who's not at every stage of the contest. The second round is an image round, where there will be images presented on the screen, and the students have a screen which they can see here to my left, and the audience will be seeing the exact same images on the screen to my front. These will be images of international athletes. Same rules apply, 15 seconds to answer, 10 points for a right answer, and 5 points for a past answer. And to Sri Vijay Vidyalaya Olpet. From Tamil Nadu, how many track and field athletes have qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? Your choices are A, 10, B, 5, C, 8, and D, 21 athletes. You need to be a little bit louder so everybody can hear. B, 5, is that your answer? And 5 is correct. 10 points, yes, EVO. Okay, so we move into the third question, and that'll be to the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri. How many Tamil Nadu women athletes participated in the Tokyo Olympic Games for the 4x400 relay race? The choices are there as you see on the screen. The answer is C, 3. Is that your final answer? Absolutely, and that is nailed, and that is correct. Three women athletes from Tamil Nadu participated in the 4x400 relay. Can be very, very interesting, so you can get a large haul of points in the buzzer round. So if you're already ahead, well done. If you're on par with others, well, good luck. If you're not on par with everybody else, you still have plenty of rounds to catch from. Okay, so at the end of round one, we have SVVD with 15 points, SVVO with 10. It's a tie between TVMK, SVVK, and SVVO at 10. And someone who's not got off the scores yet is TVMD, but it's just the situation at the end of round one. We still have plenty of time to catch up. All right, now let's move to round two. This is an image round with international athletes. The image will appear on the screen for up to 15 seconds, and you'll have to answer it within 15. Okay? All right, can we move on to round two, please? The first image of round two. So the question goes to Sri Vijay Vidyalaya Dharmapuri. Can you identify the athlete that you see here? Saiko Mirabai Chanu is the right answer. And she is the athlete who won the silver medal in the 49 kilos weightlifting category. So congratulations on getting that one right. So the second picture is basically what you see of the athlete performing the sport that she has been recognized for. The first picture is more of a lifestyle picture. We move on to the second question and the second image. So that's the Vijay Vidyalaya Olpet. Can you identify this particular athlete that you see on the screen? We can show you another image of the same athlete.
Holy Robinson.
I'm afraid that is not right. Sorry.
Monica Batra.
Monica Batra, who plays table tennis, is the right answer. Congratulations, TVMK. So that's 5 points for the Vijay Millennium of Krishnagiri. Okay, so we go to the third question, and it's a direct question again to Vijay Millennium. Can you identify this particular athlete, please?
Neeraj Chopra.
Congratulations, that's right, Neeraj Chopra it is. He's the first track and field athlete in a very long time to win a gold medal in India, and he has been the talk of India since he arrived, so congratulations on getting that one. Neeraj Chopra, the javelin thrower. We move to the fourth question, to the fourth school, that's the Vijay Millennium in the Sri Vijay Vidyalaya in Krishnagiri. Can you identify this particular athlete, please?
PV Sindhu.
PV Sindhu, the badminton player and the silver medalist at Tokyo 2020. That is correct, congratulations, and 10 points for Sri Vijay Vidyalaya in Dharmapuri. And finally, we go to the fifth question and the fifth athlete on the screen. Can you identify this particular athlete, please? You have 15 seconds. You can say that a little bit louder. And you are right, that is indeed Mary Kom. As we all know, Mary Kom also has an autobiography made out of her, so a very, very leading star of India's boxing lineup. Congratulations. Can we see an update on the scores at the end of round 2, please? How are you guys on the stage doing so far? You're very, very focused on the scores. The scores will be updated in due time, but you don't have to look at it. Looking at it won't accelerate it. So you guys settle down. You have water in front of you. If you feel yourself feeling dry, you can moisten yourself with some water. Hydration always helps, just like it does in sport. Keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself calm. The sports scores are being updated. So at the end of round 2, we have SVVD again in the lead with 25 points. SVVO with 10 points. TVMK with 25 points, which is the question that you answered, which was passed. SVVK with 20 points, and TVMD getting on the score with 10 points after round 2. So well done to all the teams so far. We still have a few more interesting rounds to get along with, and along we go to round 3. Okay, so we start again with SVVD. First question, Saiko Mirabai Chanu, the women's weightlifter, won silver medal in how many kg category at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics?
49 kg.
And 49 kilograms is the right answer. So that's 10 points for the direct question. We move on to the second question, to SVDO. Who is the first ever Indian fencer to qualify for the Tokyo Olympic Games, and that too was from Tamil Nadu? We have 4 options: A. Kabita Devi, B. Bhavani Devi, C. Shipa Garg, and D. Pooja Mishra.
Option B.
B. Bhavani Devi, is that right? And B. Bhavani Devi is correct. Congratulations. It would be better if you could tell us the full name of the athlete as well next time, yeah? Alright, so that's 10 points for the second question. We move on to the third question. So that's Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri. Against which team did the Indian women's hockey team win after 41 years at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games? Is it A. England, B. Spain, C. Ireland, or D. Finland? Option A, England, is unfortunately wrong. Question gets passed. We move to Sri Vijay Vidyalaya Krishnagiri. Option
C.
C, Ireland is indeed correct, and that's 5 bonus points for Sri Vijay Vidyalaya Krishnagiri. Well done, and we now have a direct question again to the Vijay Vidyalaya in Krishnagiri. Question 4. Which among the following athletes has won the maximum number of individual gold medals at a single Olympic game? Was it A. Mark Spitz, B. Michael Phelps, C. Carl Lewis, or D. Matt Biondi?
B option.
You need to name the athlete, please.
Yes, sir.
I need the name of the athlete. B. What? Michael Phelps is indeed the correct answer. And that is 10 points. We will award it because they have chosen the right option. But I don't think you need to be in a situation to read Michael Phelps. He is a record breaker and I don't think there will ever be a swimmer like him. So Michael, final question of round 3. And fifth question is, the Olympic Games were held in ancient Greece in honor of which Greek god? Was it A. Zeus, B. Uranus, C. Apollo, or D. Jupiter? And all of these are gods from the Greek mythology, so that's a question for TVMD. You need to turn on the microphone, please. We'll give them time.
Option D, Jupiter.
Option D, Jupiter, is wrong, unfortunately. So which means we go to Sri Vijay Dharmapuri. Turn on the microphone, please.
Option A is Zeus.
Option A, Zeus, is indeed the correct answer. So that's 5 extra points. Well done to you guys. That's the end of round 3. As we take a few minutes for the scoreboards to be updated. Where is it now? Oh, here it is. We're halfway to where we need to be. So at the end of round 3, in round 3, SVVD scored 15 points, SVVO scored 10, TVMK did not get off the starting line here, SVVK scored 15, and TVMD did not score any here. At the end of round 3, the totals are SVVD 40 points in the lead, well ahead. SVVO at 20, TVMK with 25, SVVK with 35, and TVMD with 10. So right now, SVVD, I think that's the team to my left, you're well ahead in the lead at 40, but you have SVVK just breathing behind you in the neck. It's neck and neck. The finish line is still not there, so you still have chances to catch up with them. So don't let your guard down, and you guys don't lose your hope. It's still halfway. You're basically running 400 meters, you're just at the 200 meter mark, you still have another race to run, which means you still have a lot of possibilities to catch up. Okay? So with that said, we'll move into round 4, once again please. And round 4, we go back to an image round, and the same rules as round 2 apply here. You look at the image, you try to guess the athlete. If we're ready, we'll go to the first image, we go to SVVD. Can you name this athlete, please? You have 15 seconds in this round. We can show you another image of the same athlete. And we pass the question to the Vijay Medalya Olympic. You have half the time, 5 seconds to get this. And the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri, the question passes to you.
Marcel Jacobs.
Marcel Jacobs is correct. If you didn't know, Marcel Jacobs won the 100 meters male sprint event at the Tokyo Olympics. After a 12-year domination of Usain Bolt, Marcel Lamont Jacobs was the first one and a surprise winner to win the 100 meters at the Olympic Games. He obviously participates for Italy, but he was born in the United States and trains there. So he is the fastest man in the world as of now. Well, not ever in history, but he's the Olympic champion. We call that the reigning Olympic champion. You should be aware of this, because this is the most sought after sport event at the track and field in the Olympics. Anyway, no harm done. That's an extra bonus 5 points for TVMK. We go with the direct question to SVVO, and the second image on the screen now. Yeah, 15 seconds. Can we look at an action picture? We pass to the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri. passes to the Vijay Vidyalaya Krishnagiri. It's your group. Which passes to the Vijay Millennium Dharmapuri. Come on, guys. It's not that hard. And we go back to the first team, the Vijay Vidyalaya of Dharmapuri. Alright, the expressions on their faces do not give me hope. That is Asafa Powell, sprinter from Jamaica, a teammate of Usain Bolt, also a member of the Jamaican world record breaking 4x200 athletic team. So Asafa Powell was a very world-renowned sprinter. He held, I think, 2 world titles just before Usain Bolt came and stole the thunder away. A very prominent figure in the world of track and field, and still is trying his best to get back in shape, but obviously he's older than I am, so I wish him very well there. Okay, we move to the third question, and it's a direct question to TVMK. Can we look at the third image, please? The image is on the screen. Can we have another image of the same athlete? And you are right, although you got the name right, not the pronunciation. Simone Biles, a gymnast from the United States. She was in the news this year for not being mentally ready to take part in her individual gymnast event. So she pulled out of the individual events this year, but she already was a medal winner in the team gymnastics event. So she was in the limelight for both the right and the wrong reasons this year. Simone Biles, a very popular gymnast from the United States. Okay, we move to question 4, please. That's to the Vijay Vidyalaya Krishnagiri. Another image. Okay, passes to the Vijay Millennium Dharmapuri. And we go to Vijay Vidyalaya Dharmapuri. And the next. Okay, yes?
Barshim.
Can you help us with the full name if you remember? Barshim is right. It is Mutaz Isa Barshim of Qatar. So he is the current Olympic high jump gold medalist, and the answer is right. Barshim is correct. So 5 points to be awarded to the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri for getting the past question right. And the last question to the Vijay Millennium Dharmapuri. Can you identify the athlete, the male athlete in the picture, please? It's the same athlete, which gives you what sport he's a part of. We pass to SVVD. And we pass again to SVVK. And we pass again to...
Tambe.
I can give you the answer, and that is correct. His name is Tambari, Gianmarco Tambari, the Italian high jumper. So congratulations, you were able to recognize a lot of these athletes, so well done to you. And that's 5 more points for the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri, please. And with that, we come to the end of round 4. So congratulations on this round. It was not the best of rounds for everybody, but I think this was a jackpot round for the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri. So you guys were able to identify a lot of these past questions. So that gives you a bonus. Let's wait to tally the scores and let's see where we stand after round 4. Okay, that's quite revealing. So in the 4th round, it was just TVMK who were able to score points. The other 4 schools did not score any, and TVMK scored 25 in that round alone. So as you can see, sport works in a funny way, and so does life, and quiz also is a part of both. So at the end of the fourth round, we have SVB with 40 points, SVBO with 20. TVMK is now leading with 50 points thanks to that round. So that's a surprise, well done. And SVBK are up to 35. TVMD are still trailing quite far behind at 10 points. We still have 2 rounds to get things back in order. So get your competitive hats on and let's see how you perform in the next round. You still have 2 more rounds. Okay. So round 5, unlike the last rounds and the previous rounds, the question will not be passed. So if you don't get the answer, I will give you the answer and we move on. So there are a total of 5 questions. Fastest hands wins, but fastest hands with the right answer actually wins. Okay? So I would recommend you to just check if the buzzers are working. Can you all check? Do a trial run on your buzzers to make sure it works and get a hang of it. Alright, that's fair enough, thank you. Alright, it works once, it works again, don't worry. Okay. So I'll be asking you the questions. Please keep your hands ready on the buzzer. And if there are no negative markings for any of these questions. So if you get the right answer, you get points. If you don't, I read the answer, we move on. Okay? Are we good to start this round? Is that a yes? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Okay, the first question. Which Indian wrestler represented India at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games in the men's 65 kilogram category? There are 4 options. Amit Dahiya. Right, that's TVMK with the first on the buzzer. Can I have your answer, please?
Ravi Dahiya.
Ravi Dahiya is unfortunately the wrong answer. And I'm afraid we can't pass these questions. Sorry, we don't pass these questions. So there will be no points for this round, just to clarify. The question, if it is wrong, will not be passed. So there's no point. But just out of curiosity, for no points whatsoever, can I have your answer, please?
Amit Dahiya.
Alright, that's unfortunately wrong as well. I think you guys just taking a guess. The right answer is Bajrang Punia. Option D. But anyway, so no points awarded for anybody, and neither does anybody lose a point, so we're okay there. You still have 4 more questions. If you have quick hands and quick minds, you can snatch all 40 points. Okay, we go to the second question in the buzzer round. In which of the following cities have the Olympic Games not been held twice? A. Which team was it? The Vijay Millennium Dharmapuri, please.
Sir, option B, Paris.
Option B, Paris, is unfortunately wrong. Paris have held the Olympic Games twice. I can't tell you more about it because there are subsequent questions which will tackle some of these, but they have held the Games twice. The right answer is D, Atlanta, which is in state of Georgia in the United States. Atlanta held the Games in 1996, and that was the only time they've held it. Okay, so no points again for anybody here. We move into the third question. So that's 30 more points up for grabs for all of you. So 30 more points available. Let's see if you can get this, right? So none of you scored any here, but I think it is about time you think a little bit longer before you answer, right? So don't be very happy to press the buzzer. Make sure your answer is right, okay? Right, we move to the third question. Which team leads the procession of the athletes at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games? Is it A, the hosting nation, B, the hosting nation of the previous Olympic Games? I think we have a buzzer already. So that's... Okay, the Vijay Vidyalaya Olpet.
Option D.
Option D. Is that D for Greece? Okay, unfortunately, and that is wrong again. Okay, so no points awarded here. Is there anyone who can take a guess? Anyone with an educated guess? So I see a hand up that's up there. Again, you're not going to get any points for this, just to see if you will know.
Sir, option B.
Option B, hosting nation of the previous Olympic Games. That again is not right, unfortunately. So if you think about this logically, obviously the host country should be the ones leading the procession, right? And that's exactly how it works in the Olympics as well. So the host nation, so this year if it was Tokyo, the Japanese contingent started out on the opening ceremony as the leading group. So that's how it works for every Olympic Games, okay? All right, so again, no points on question 3 for any of those teams. So far, we are 0 out of 30. We have 20 more points up for grabs. Let's see who can pick up those last 20 points. Question 4, moving on. In 2020 Tokyo Olympics, which Indian woman athlete qualified for the finals in the discus throw event? Was it A, Kamalpreet Kaur? Was it B, Sangeeta? C, Deepika? Or D, Saina Nehwal? So we go back to the Vijay Vidyalaya Olpet.
Option C, Deepika.
Option C, Deepika. So what do you think, guys? Is that right or not? So unfortunately, a lot of the audience do not agree with you, and the audience are right. The answer is not C, Deepika. The answer is Kamalpreet Kaur. Members of the audience, congratulate yourself, that is right. So A, Kamalpreet Kaur is the right answer. If you knew it, why are you guys sitting there? You should be up here on the stage. Probably another age group. Okay, we'll come back and we need to go to the last question. Question 5, again off the buzzer beater. So let's go to question number 5. Who said these words? I dedicate my medal to the people of the country. I believe my victory will encourage women to enter weightlifting. Okay, I see a button already on the Vijay with Millennium Krishnagiri.
Mirabai Chanu.
Mirabai Chanu is correct, and that's 10 points to the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri. So that's 10 points out of a possible 50. So 40 points, unfortunately, were not capitalized there. But anyway, all is not lost. We still have another round to catch up. Let's look at where we stand at the end of it. So that's probably a lonely 10 points for TVMD, who also capitalized in the previous round. So we can call these as late bloomers. Started slow, but picking up and leading the way right now. So at the end of 4 rounds, we have SVVD at 40 points in second place so far. Still not getting off the 10 points that they've scored. At the moment, they lie in the last position. But we still have 1 more round left. So if anyone wants to catch up with TVMK, this is your last chance. Nothing is out of reach yet. Okay? So the last round is again an image-based round. This will be based primarily on the Paralympics and the Paralympians that just concluded this year. So if you were able to catch some news on Paralympics, this is possibly a gold mine. Okay, let's get this underway. Can we have the first image? And we start with the Vijay Vidyalaya school. So can you name the athlete here, please?
Bhavina Patel.
Bhavina Patel is correct. And that's 10 points. She's the silver medalist in the table tennis division. So Bhavina Patel is the right answer. That's 10 points for the Vijay Vidyalaya Dharmapuri. Okay, and we move to the second question and the second image. So that's Vijay Vidyalaya Olpet. Can you tell me who this person is, please? You have 15 seconds in this round. Can we look at the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri? Past question.
Avini Luzia.
Unfortunately, that is not right. That's wrong. Can we go to the next person, please? Any guesses? And that's passed. We go to TVMD. All right. Any sign of luck here with the Vijay Vidyalaya Dharmapuri? Okay. No, unfortunately that's wrong. That's Avani Lekra of the air rifle, 10-meter air rifle shooting. So that's Avani Lekra. So unfortunately, none of you got that right. But anyway, you still have about 3 more questions.
Kautanya.
And that is correct. Yogesh Kautanya is right. It's half the word, but I'll still accept it's Yogesh Kautanya. Yes. I am very sorry, yes. I think it's a mistake that we have done from the side. His name is visible on the jersey, so I'm sorry we can't award points for this question, and I do apologize, although I didn't even notice this until you pointed it out. So we have to scrap the 10 points that's been awarded, so it is a fault from the side of us. So we will replace it with another question. Which ones? The Tamari name was written? Okay, we will look into this. Okay, sorry guys, there is a technical error from our side, and that's not, well, it wouldn't be fair to avoid points here. I will ask you a bonus question at the end, and those will be my questions, so let's see if you can get that right. So you will be given another chance to redeem this, okay? So there'll be 2 more images and 1 more question from the quiz master, which is from me. So if you can get that, you'll be able to get this. Okay, let's go to the next image, please. Right, can you name this particular athlete? That's the Vijay Vidyalaya Krishnagiri. Do we have another image? Okay, that's TVMD next with the past. Okay, and we go again to SVVT. And SVVO. And again to TVMK. Any guesses with this one? Okay, so I think it's time for me to reveal the answer. That's Nishit Kumar from the high jump of the T47 category. He won a silver medal with a clearance of 2 meters 6 centimeters. Okay, we go to the last image, but as I promised, there is a bonus question that will be asked to TVMK at the end of this. So can we go to the last image here, please? Can you name this particular athlete that you see on the screen? So the question is to TVMD. Alright, the question has now been passed to SVVD. And passed again to SVVO. Right, and then passed to TVMK.
Haidar Ali.
Unfortunately, that is wrong. And finally, it's passed to SVVK. Any guesses there? Okay, unfortunately nobody got that one. That's Devendra Jacharya, who is a silver medalist in the javelin throw under the F46 division. Okay, so I'm going to move on to my question, which I will pose again to the Vijay Millennium Krishnagiri, because we had the issue with the image. So this is again for 10 points. Same rules apply. If you're able to answer this, you get 10. If not, it gets passed. Alright? So in the 2011 Cricket World Cup final, in which India won, in the final match, MS Dhoni famously hit the winning 6 in the last ball to hand India the victory. Can you remember who the Sri Lankan bowler was? The Sri Lankan bowler who was hit for a 6 by MSD, which granted India the victory.
Malinga.
Unfortunately, that's wrong. So this question gets passed as a normal rule. So anyone remembers? That's SVVK, if you remember this question, if you remember the answer. The bowler who was hit by an Estonian. That's TVMD. Again, for 5 points. And that moves back to SVVD. Obviously, you know he's a Sri Lankan bowler. And then we move back to SVVK. Okay. Anyone in the audience, a cricket fan? Alright, I see a hand up in the back. Nuwan Kulasekara is the right answer. Congratulations to the scorer. And the funny thing is, just as a fact of life, you always remember the guy who hit the winning runs, but not the guy who gave away the winning run. So Nuwan Kulasekara, congratulations, sir.